for replay purposes.
All right, welcome back,
Welcome, everybody.
It's Monday, so it means it's
Hashtag
TFR
Motivation Monday.
So we're super excited that you're back here with us. We're going to start off with our announcements like we do every single week. And you might be saying, hey, why do we keep going over the same announcements? It's because, you know what, there's still some of you that have missed it or just haven't heard it all the way because you're not registered for Global Convention yet. This is a really big deal, guys. It is part of your secret to success is attending all of these corporate events, and Global Convention is going to blow your ever-loving mind. You do not want to miss out on Global Convention. So if you are not pre-registered, you need to go into LifeVantage.com under company upcoming events and select Global Convention and get registered today. On top of that, if you have enrolled a new gold pack distributor or a new platinum pack distributor, they have free tickets to this event, but they must pre-register. If they don't pre-register and they show up at the event, they will be charged the full price at the door, which is $299. So be a good leader, get them pre-registered now, and help them select their breakout sessions. So if you have not selected your own breakout sessions, you need to do that too, because you don't want to get to convention and have to take what's left.
Right.
If you pre-register, because it will be on a, what's it called? The barcode, right? So they're going to be scanning your ticket for a convention, and they'll be able to say whether or not you're supposed to be going into that room. So make sure that you go and select your breakout sessions. Again, you can go into your back office underneath your events report, open it up, go into your tickets, and edit is what you want to do. That's where you'll find the options for the breakout sessions. There's going to be 3 amazing time frames that you could have a lot of different choices. So Global Convention, you've got to get that done.
Gotta be there.
Yes. And then on top of that, we have our Team Freedom Reigns Fall promos.
Yes.
So one of them is all about that convention attendance. And do you want to go over that one and what that is?
Go for it. You're on a roll.
Okay, all right. We'll just get this done. All right. So the convention attendance promo is the top 3 distributors with the most personally enrolled business partners that attend convention can win the following. You go over what they can win right here.
First place, the new product line, which we can't tell you what it's about, but it's a new product line. You get the new product line plus $100 of products from the store.
Shopping with us.
On us.
Yep, you get to go shopping
on
with
us.
us.
You know what I just realized? For 2 weeks in a row, we've gone over the second promo before the first promo.
I know.
We need to switch that for next week.
Nah.
We're
almost done here.
But anyway, so first place, you get the new product line, which again, we can't tell you what it is, plus $100 of products from the store on us. Second place gets the new product line also, and $50 of additional products in the store on us. And then third place gets the new product line, which is a top secret. Nobody knows what it is.
Okay, but you must be in attendance to win, okay, guys? And something I have to stress to you, I have to stress this, is that this new product line is something that every single one of you is going to want to try as soon as possible. There's going to be 5,000 units in a packaging. There's special for a convention that you get a special gift with. And then beyond that 5,000, it's going to be individual products that they'll sell in a bundle, so you get the same bonus price for it, but you won't get all the prettiness of buying it as part of that 5,000. And if you're not going to Global Convention, we're not sure when you're going to get it, because if they sell out at Global, it may not be until the end of the year before they're restocked. So I'm just saying, if you're not at Global, you're going to miss out on a lot of different things. So on top of that, attending convention gets you 100 points for the Ireland trip. So these promotions are helping you earn points for the Ireland trip. Yeah, you don't want to go there. So on top of earning points for attending convention, 100 points for attending convention, you also get points for enrolling people. So the second promotion that we have here for Team Freedom Reigns is the top enroller promotion. So this is where you're enrolling new people. You're excited about your business. You're sharing information, and people are joining you. Oh, by the way, we got a new customer today.
I know.
I forgot to tell you. Yeah, it's awesome. So by enrolling customers, enrolling distributors, you get points, and you get points for Ireland, but you also get points for this promo. So you get 3 points for platinum packs, 2 points for gold packs, 1 for silver, and 1 for all your preferred customers. And we're putting the $50 starter packs in there as a preferred customer, 1 point.
You're welcome.
So top enroller winnings, first place again, you get $200 product in store. You go shopping with us again. Second place, $150 products in store, and then third place is $100 of product in the LifeVantage store. Yes, on us. We're paying, but we're shopping with you too. But again, you must be in attendance at convention to win. And I'm going to go over this leaderboard now. And what I have to tell you, and I have to stress to each and every one of you, you look at how many points you get for platinum packs, and every single one of you could be the winner.
Yes.
Every single one. It's within reach. It's just a matter of you going out, sharing this information, and deciding to win. So going over the top for the leaderboard, we have got Amanda Brooks with 9 points. Bob and Laura Robbins are in second with 8 points. And Marjorie, wait, sorry. They're tied for second.
Yes.
So Bob and Laura, Marjorie's right there with you. Marjorie Ham, you and Bob and Laura are tied with 8 points. Kathy Doherty, you've got 4
points.
Sarah Smith, you have
4 points.
And Tamashiro Arceli Makasit has
4 points.
Yes, and then the rest of the group that we're going to read here are all tied with 3 points. And so we're just saying that anybody can win, but you must be at convention to really be the actual winner.
Do you realize how bad that's going to suck?
If you have the points and you're not there.
And you're not there.
Yeah, it's kind of like the person, when we were in Indianapolis, that
won the key
that wasn't there when their names were called and
to the pace card.
They weren't there.
They were there,
so
but
bad.
They weren't in the room.
So bad. So tied with 3 points, we've got Armando Gonzalez.
Yes.
Yes.
Lindsay McGough.
Linda Grace Files.
Nancy Lynch.
Melissa Scammon.
Evelina Santos.
Luzminda Barrow.
Jennifer Lazarus.
Fernando Barrow.
And Cynthia G.
And Greg H.
Yeah.
All y'all are tied with 3 points for the fall promo for the top enroller. Okay, guys, like we said, any single one of you can win. And what these promotions have been doing is helping you build up your point base for this Ireland incentive trip. So we went over the tops last week, so we don't need to go over it again this week, but we will every single month make sure that you know who's on the leaderboard, the top 10 for the Ireland incentive trip.
Yes. And give shout outs where they're deserved.
Everywhere.
Right.
Right? We want to give everybody shout outs.
I know.
So go and build your business. That's what this is all about. So we're super excited to get into what our actual call topic is today.
We do have a topic. You're never going to forget it, by the way. I'm telling you, it's that powerful.
It's important, and you've seen this information before, but the way that we're going to kind of pair it together, a couple different photos that you've already seen or slides that we use on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, the first slide we're going to be using is one that you see every single week when we do the live opportunity overview. So, or anytime you're doing a presentation yourself, or anytime that you use the PowerPoint presentation, right? Because this is part of the presentation, because it is so important to get people thinking a different way. Because the way that we've all been thinking is the way that we were programmed from the time that we started in kindergarten, from the time we were 4 or 5 years old, when we started in public schooling. And it isn't just those of us that have gone to school in the last 20, 30, 40 years, depending on how long ago that was, right? But it is people from the beginning of the industrial age.
Yes.
And back in the beginning of the industrial age, when they decided that they needed factory workers, they decided to create a schooling system that would put you in rows and teach you specific things from books and make you do specific homework, and everybody do the same thing with the same expectations, with the same requirements and the same consequences, right? On the same grading scale. Now the problem is with that is that we are all freaking different people.
I know.
Every single one of us is different. And this is no longer the industrial age. It was fine back then. It's what they had to do to be able to prepare you to be able to get a job and to go along with this first lifeline option that we're going to talk about, okay? So this is something that I'm really, really passionate about. And so when I talk about lifeline options, I think a lot of the time about my parents' own grave sites, right? Or other people that I've really cared about. When you go and you visit a grave site, or when you see those markers, there's always that year that they began their life, right? When they were born. And now they have a year at the end of their life that they've passed away. I always think those gravestones that have somebody's name with a year that they were born and they don't have a year that they're dead yet because they're a spouse of somebody that's already passed away. That's just creepy to me. That's just weird. Sorry. Tangent rabbit hole. Okay.
That doesn't mean they were dead and they escaped?
No, they did not escape. But they still have an option of changing their lifeline, what it looks like. So that dash in between the year that you're born and the year that you die, that's your life. That is the opportunity to do what you were created to do, to be as much as you can possibly be and accomplish and influence the most amount of things and people possible, right? So the problem is, though, there's this problem with that schooling that we've all been through. And unless you've been educated additionally beyond that public schooling, you were taught that your lifeline should look something like this. The top one, the traditional plan, right? So looking at this top lifeline here, every single one of us is born, every one of us grows, and then we go to school, and then we start making some decisions because we have to go to school to get good grades. We have to get good grades so we can get into a good college, and we have to get good grades there too so that we can get a good job or start a career, working to where we'll spend, 40 to 50 hours every single week. Most of the time more, right? Yeah. 40 to 50 years minimum, right? To be able to retire on 40 to 50% of the average that you couldn't live on in the first place. And then,
I just burst out.
I know, it's ridiculous, especially when you think about this. Most of us, up until just recently, we were under the understanding that by the time we're 65, we're going to be able to retire and live this amazing life and be and do and have and go wherever we want to with whomever we want to. But guess what? No, that doesn't happen anymore, right? It does not happen anymore. As a matter of fact, retirement right here is now the age of 73.
Wait, what?
What?
Seriously?
73 years of age is the time frame that the government or whoever it is has put it out there that you can actually look to retire by the time you're 73. But the problem is there's only about 5% of people that are able to do that and have something in place to help them in that retirement system. On top of that, you know what the expectancy of life expectancy is now? 77 to 78 years. So if you don't retire,
work until you
I'm
die.
sorry, I don't want to, I hate it when I almost feel guilty when I say it's like the majority of people have to add phrases into their vocabulary at 73, like welcome to Walmart, or do you want fries with that? Because they can't retire on the amount of money that they built up over 50 years of time that they worked for someone else, helping them build their dreams. And then this last, now maybe 4 to 5 years that they have left to live, they have to get a part-time job to be able to survive, right? A part-time job. They don't get a chance to truly live. They don't get a chance to do the things that they always dreamt about doing. No, because they spent their whole life earning money working for somebody else. But this is what we're really excited about.
Here's the exciting part.
And I can't wait for Don D to get to the things that he has for you, but I got to go through this part first, because what we have is a different way. We have another option. We have a way that people can start out their lives the way we all have to. We all got to be born, right? We all have to come into this planet and this existence, and then we all grow, and then we still need to go to school and get good grades, but we can have different thinking along the way. But we also need to continue to go in and make decisions that will take us into our adulthood, meaning that we'll still have to get a job or a career to provide for what we need, because whether you know it or not, your parents love you, but they don't want you living with them forever.
Truth.
Basements are not for your adult children. They're not, okay? But what this is your opportunity now, that while you're making those decisions, you're gonna add one more decision in. And that decision is to start a business with LifeVantage. And if you're on this call, you've already made that decision. So congratulations.
Virtual handshake.
Yes, high five. Seriously. Knuckles. Right? So you've made the decision, but now you have to have the follow through daily decision with discipline and consistent action, working really, really hard for the next 5 to 10 years to get you where you want to be on that income disclosure statement. I mean, think about it. If you are brand new and you're only 20 years of age, congratulations. Add 10 years on to 20, and at 30 years old, if you do this right and you're committed and you have daily actions and you follow the system, you at 30 could have the whole rest of your life.
47 years of life?
No, because they're also biohacking, so they're
That's
extending
right.
their life. So who knows
47 years?
how many years of life that you're going to be able to live the way you want to, with who you want to, doing what you want to, wherever you want to, no matter what the cost is. Now, we're not 20. We're not.
Damn close.
On the inside we are. But on the outside, I'm 47. And if you're 47 or if you're 57, think about it this way. Add that 10 years commitment into building your LifeVantage business on this lifeline option. You know, for me, that would put me at 57. Now subtract that from the 73 years of age that you need to be to even consider retirement nowadays. And I would still be 16 years ahead of any individual that chose to take the traditional 40 to 50 plan. That means that I would have 16 years more to live my life, and my side hustle that I decided to pick up on and work really hard on top of what I was already doing is not going to have me saying anything like, welcome to Walmart, or you want fries with that.
Walmart won't be around then.
No, it won't. That's the thing. What part-time jobs are going to be around?
That's the thing.
That's scary. That's really scary. So do you have anything that you want to add on to here before I move to your magical slide?
Yes.
Go.
Because the 10 years or 5 years or 7 years or however long it takes for you to get retirement income ready is going to happen anyway, no matter what you do with the time. Whether you play crossword puzzles or video games, or whatever the heck else you do in your spare time that is not paying your mortgage or paying any bills, watching sitcoms or doing whatever, that time is going to pass anyway.
Seriously. So
why not just take a look at this model, condense an entire working career into 10 years and predictably build this to something where you can live life on your own terms for as long as you choose to do it, but that's giving it 10 years. And the next chart we're going to show you, you can do it quicker than that if you want. It's just up to you, but just do something, because the top option here, I don't know about you, but it doesn't look too appealing to me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if anybody, if given a choice between these two, why anybody would pick the top one.
Right. And one thing I would like to add just before we go into that is take this in bites that you can handle. Don't try to eat the elephant all at once. No. Don't look at that income disclosure statement and say, hey, I'm going to be pro 10 like tomorrow or even in 3 years, or, go for pro 3, then go for pro 5, then go for pro 7, and take it in bites that is easy to break down and easy to build this leveraged income.
Right.
That
so
we're
don't go back, go back.
Dang it. Oh.
So that bottom line, second phase, earn and learn. So while you're hitting, when you jump into this, you're going to be making mistakes. Nobody got on a two-wheel bike and rode wheelies and jumped curbs and went as fast as they could the same day they learned. You fell down a bunch of times. You got, how many boxes of Band-Aids did you go through when you were a kid, when you were learning to ride your bike and go fast and jump curbs and stuff like that? So you earn and learn, which means as you progress from distributor to Pro 1, you're learning new skills and you're earning along the way. You keep at it. You go from Pro 1 to Pro 2. You learn more skills and you earn additional income. And you go from Pro 2 to Pro 3. The earn and learn never stops until you reach your level of retirement money coming in residually that you're comfortable with. And that's the thing about it, is you earn while you learn. It doesn't exist anywhere else. It definitely doesn't exist in that top model. I couldn't go be a doctor and then learn how to be a doctor while I was being a doctor. I would have gotten sued. That's what malpractice insurance is for, or why it protects the patients from doctor mistakes. Doctors would make mistakes if they didn't learn before they were able to practice. So this is so different. It is so forgiving as an industry. So earn while you learn and create the life you want and spend 10 years doing it because that 10 years is going by anyway. So now let's get to this.
So we're not building a paycheck.
We're building an asset. That's the perfect segue right into this next slide, which we're going to blow your freaking mind.
Yeah.
So I want you to look at this, the retirement formula, residual income versus employee wages. And the underneath network marketing with LifeVantage, that thing where it says all figures accomplished in less than 5 years, that should be less than 8 years. So I apologize for the typo here. But what I want to explain to you is what you're actually looking at. And I want to set the example by using some real numbers. If you look at the ranking, it's the first column from left reading right, rankings Pro 1 or Pro 3 in this case to Master Pro 10. The average monthly income that comes along with that rank from $580 a month at Pro 3 down to $110,000 plus at Executive Master Pro 10. But the next two columns I want you to pay critical attention to. This is where we're talking about comparing to traditional business, okay? 95% of 65-year-old people, now we could even change this to 73-year-old people, doesn't matter, they add 8 years with the same results there. No, in that extra 8 years, we're not gonna get a higher percentage of people retiring. We're gonna get a higher percentage of people working until the day they drop dead.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because it can't. And I'm gonna share some statistics how I know this to be true. But I want you to look at the amount. And what is this amount? The amount you would need to have in a savings account collecting 6% interest in order for that 6% interest on that principal to pay you what you see in the average monthly income column. Okay, so if you're aware and you're astute, you'd already say, well, that doesn't apply because there's no such thing as 6% interest, and you would be dead accurate. That is why this is fictitious, okay? It would even be a lot more than that. But I wanted to make it real and unreal at the same time for impact, okay? To pound this message home. So scenario number 1, rank of Pro 3. $580 per month of residual income, which we can show you how to get to. Leveraged residual income. We could show you how to get to that equivalent in 6 to 9 months, pretty much guaranteed, if you followed this system and you were coachable and you just did what we asked you to do. Okay, 6 to 9 months to get $580 of residual income coming in per month. Now, column 3, you would have to have $116,000 in the bank collecting 6% interest, and that 6% dividend or interest payment would pay you $580,000 a month. Now, let's burst the bubble on that argument. How many people in the U.S. actually have $116,000 in the bank? You want to know what the average savings account is? I'm going to pick a number right in the middle, and I'm going to pick past the new retirement age. The average 35 to 44-year-old American has $5,000 in their savings account. $5,000, okay? And the average 75-year-old plus in the U.S. has only $11,000. How are you going to retire when the average 75-year-old American has only $11,000 in the bank? The answer is you're not. And that is exactly my point, okay? So 6 to 9 months working your side gig with LifeVantage to earn what it would take you, get this last column of Pro 3, 8.9 years if, and here is another if you were making $100,000 a year and you took 10% or $10,000 and put it into a savings account collecting 6% interest, it would take you 8.9 years to raise $116,000, which 6% of that would give you $580 of residual monthly income paid as interest. So 8.9 years if you're making 100 grand, and if you're saving 10%, and if your savings account pays 6%, it would take you 8.9 years. Let me default back to what I said initially. 6 to 9 months working part-time, we can get you the $580 residual. Now let me give you some statistics that are going to blow your ever-loving mind too. 6% interest. Do you want to know what this is laughable. Do you want to know what high yield savings accounts are paying right now? 1.85 to 2.2%. That's the high yield savings account. So 6% is completely outlandish. But I'm doing this to prove a point. How long would it take you at 1.85 to 2.2 years? I didn't want to even give you that number because I didn't want to depress the crap out of you. Because it would take a heck of a lot longer than 8.9 years, but 8.9 years is a heck of a lot longer than 6 to 9 months.
Yes.
So that's the point, okay? High yield is 1.85 to 2.2% right now. Now here's the last part about this, and then these other numbers are just going to go off the charts. Do you realize that only 5.4% of Americans even make $100,000 a year? You heard that right. 5.4%, which means 94.6% of Americans make less than $100,000 a year. So they're not even making $100,000 to be able to put away 10% into an account that pays 6%. So these numbers are completely fictitious, but I want you to compare 6 to 9 months to 8.9 years. Okay? That's really the story. So now look at Pro 4, $1,193. That's probably, say, 9 months to a year, or 14.9 years if you're one of the 5.4% of Americans that happens to be making 110 or 100 grand a year. And I guarantee you're not putting away 10%, and you'll never find a savings account that'll pay you 6%. So the point here is this. Like Marcy very astutely showed you on the timeline, it's your life. You're born, and at some point you're going to die. And if you get into that traditional business, or you've gotten into that traditional business, and you're hoping you make it to 65 years old or to 73 years old or whatever, and there's lots of senior citizens right now looking for part-time jobs, guys, because they can't make it. And Walmart's not really hiring because Walmart's feeling the financial crunch of Amazon and all the other technology that's changing the world like that. So the key is this. Not to be fear-mongering, not to use scare tactics, but to give you real numbers to apply to your real life, to look at your real calendar, to look at the very real 24 hours that you have in your very real week, and figure out, what are you going to do? Are there very real options out there to you? And the answer is absolutely yes. They're out there. You just got to know what you're looking for, and you got to find the right one. So what would it take for you? Look at the number on the average income and figure out, what would it take for you to live the way you would want to live? Some people could get by on $5,858 or 30, whatever that is. So the $5,858 for the Pro 6. Some people can budget and get by well on that, because if they run out of $5,858, guess what? The next check's coming in the following month, and there it is again. It's not about how much money you have in the bank. It's how much money you're generating in cash flow. That is what the biggest business people will talk about. It's not how much money you save. And people say, well, it's not how much money you earn. It's how much money you save. And I call BS on that, because the money you save isn't gathering you interest.
No.
Some banks, you pay them to take your money.
To house your money.
And the high yield ones are 1.85 to 2.2%, and you don't even make that back. They're not even doing what they used to do, take your money and make investments, because they can't make good investments anymore. That's the kind of, there are good investments to be made. The banking people just don't seem to be able to make them. So here's really the ultimate point. There is a way to do this. You just have to bring some understanding into the equation. It's not about how much money you save or how much interest it's gathering. If you're on a fixed income, does that matter? Yeah, but we're not talking about fixed incomes. We're talking about residual, royalty-based monthly incomes that come in over and over and over again, because you're creating a what? An asset. It's an asset. Leveraged income creating asset, not interest generating savings account. Because the interest rates are going down. But the Fed just raised the interest rates. Yeah, that's to stimulate additional action and stop people from tapping out. But the bottom line is, if you understand how money works, you have to have money to make money. But when money works for you, it's compounded. So find the number in that average account there, that average monthly income column. So let's say you like $11,000. Do you want to work for 44.7 years if you're one of the 5.4% of people that can do it? Or would you rather look at, because all these numbers all the way down to 110 have been done in the last 8 years. We've got 3 people in this business. And if you know Tyler Daniels and Mark Shinsato and Blue Elam, they're just ordinary people, but they're extraordinary minds. And all they've done, and Carrie Dickey as well, they're extraordinary. Yeah, sorry, Carrie, I didn't mean to leave you out on that. They're average, ordinary people, but they have above average and extraordinary vision. They know how to make money work for them. That's the point here, guys. So I invite you to take a picture of this screenshot this picture, because this is powerful. Figure out what to do over the next 10 years. And if you buy into this LifeVantage business plan, if you buy into this corporate structure, if you buy into this global biohacking movement, and if you buy into this side hustle that you create on your own, and you pick out a number in that average column and you give it 10 years, I guarantee you, you will make it, and we will help you.
Yes.
So that's all I got for you.
And the last thing that I want, mic drop.
I literally dropped the mic.
So by the way, guys, just my last thing here is go out and find people, collect people that you want to help get to different places on this form. Okay.
Yes.
That's the way you do this. If you want to get to that $11,292 average leveraged income every single month, that's $100,000 in group volume. You need to go find 5 people to help go to Pro 5, and that will get you to Pro 7. Okay. And to help them hit their goals and get to Pro 5, that is $20,000 in group volume. Then they need to have how many people hit Pro 3? 5. Because Pro 3 is 5,000, or sorry, 4 is 5,000 in group volume. So you just break it down and break it down. The more people you help get what they want, the quicker you'll get what you want.
That's how it works, guys.
So guys, we are so appreciative of every single one of you. We cannot wait to see all of you in Salt Lake City next week at Global Convention. We want to make sure that we hook up with all of you, be able to rub arms, give hugs, and just take every opportunity to get every nugget out of this event, because that's what's going to move us into the next level, the next growth cycle, and the next being our best selves and helping each other. So thanks for being part of this hashtag TFR Motivation Monday.
I can't even say
Oh my gosh. Hiccups.
TFR Motivation Monday. I'll get it right.
All right, guys. We love you. Have a blessed night. And don't forget, tomorrow night we have the live opportunity overview.
I'll be doing
it.
I'll see you there.
It will be the full version, and it will be on Zoom and live on the Dondi and Marcy Nettles Entrepreneur
Done by this guy.
Because he's awesome. All right, guys.
See you guys. Thanks for tuning in with us.